Hey guys, this is Ed. I'm coming back to you for another week of cookie and beer, where we're going to help you kind of break out of the traditional cookie and milk mold by suggesting various pairings with our Christmas cookies that we have going on. It is Christmas and Christmas Eve, really tomorrow. So with that, we're dropping out this video a day early. Normally, I've been dropping these on Fridays, but just like everybody else, Christmas Eve, it's very busy time, so getting it done, plus no work tomorrow, so why not crack open a beer for Thursday night? Don't have anything, wrapping's done, all that's done. So I know, in the past weeks, we've kind of steered away from, the basic cookie recipes. We've given you out some, inside out cookies, oatmeal raisin. I guess that's kind of basic, but still not run of the mill. We even did peanut butter cookies. So we are in light of the holiday, the big day coming up this weekend, putting out the cookies for Santa. So we're going to give you, we're going to pair up most basic of cookies, and we're going with the almighty classic chocolate chip cookies. And nothing fancy, just, not mixing it up. It's not inside out. It's not triple chocolate or anything like that. We're just going with a plain old chocolate chip cookie. Maybe I'm going to go a little fancy in the fact that we're going to use browned butter, chocolate chip cookie, I should say. And what that is, instead of us just kind of using the plain old, butter into the mix master, we're going with the process of adding browned butter into that, not brown butter, but browned butter into that. And for those that don't know, this is the process of kind of cooking butter, melting it down, cooking it until it develops a nutty flavor and a toasted aroma. And you get this out by, when you normally melt butter, saucepan, microwave, whatever, you get to that clear kind of yellow color. But we're going to continue past that. Once you get it down to that state, is you're going to continue to go until you get like an amber, even a brown. Darker the better flavor. And you'll get these little flecks of solid butter in the bottom. They're like the milk fats that will be in there. And, that's what's going to get us that flavor profile. It's a very fine process when you're cooking, melting the butter to go from brown to burned, and very quick if you're not paying attention. And this is easily done, if you're using not a, light colored saucepan or frying pan or what have you. If you're using a dark bottom, black color type pan, it may be very hard to see those flecks coming up, the foaming of the butter, just even the color of the butter, because, it all looks the same in a dark pan. So with this, we kind of went away from the traditional method of using the stovetop, and we use the microwave. Yes, you can use a microwave to brown butter, believe it or not. And with this, I picked this tidbit up from Christina Tosi's Momofuku Milk Bar Cookbook, which is up here showing. And it's a great cookbook, plenty of recipes, more than just cookies. There's cakes, what have you. Definitely some off the wall stuff in there. Corn cookies, which I made up with freeze dried corn. She uses a lot of glucose, sugar, gelatin sheets. We use freeze dried corn, so there's definitely some off the wall type stuff in there, but it's very good stuff. But what she had in there is she basically walked through the process. It's just all you're going to do is, instead of doing it on top of the stovetop, I guess it's a little easier. You shortcut, it's a lot less risk of burning it. You're basically just going to throw the butter in a microwave safe bowl, cover it with some type of dish or something to avoid splatter. Trust me, I covered it and I still had splatter, so I can only imagine if you don't cover it, how much you get in there. So definitely recommend, I just used a measuring cup, butter in there, and then like a, cookie saucer that went on top, regular little saucer plate. But you basically throw it in there, cook it. You do it, you microwave it for about 3 to 5 minutes. depending on how much butter you're going to brown, you kind of got to watch it. There's no finite science to it. It's just like cooking and baking. There's, some art to it. But in any case, just kind of watch it, check it at 3, 4, 5 minutes. I averaged at 4 because we were doing about a pound of butter. And during that process, the butter is going to melt. It's going to start to pop, and then it's obviously going to start to brown. You'll start to get those flecks in the bottom. With it being microwaved, it does seem a little harder to kind of take it to that burn state. You can kind of control it, a couple more seconds at a time, but you want to get into that really dark brown. As she states in her book, don't be afraid to get it dark brown. The darker the color, the deeper the flavor, the deeper the nuttiness to it. So, I guess long story short, why are we kind of going through this instead of just chucking our softened butter into the mixer? One plain word: flavor. We're after flavor in everything that we want. So with our brown butter, we're going to impart a massive flavor profile to the cookies. It's this nuttiness, the toasted that comes through, and it imparts that into anything that you mix the browned butter into. You definitely can't just throw this in and replace any cream butter with brown butter. Mainly, you're going to need to experiment, mainly because of moisture loss from the process of browning it. It's estimated about 20 to 30% of moisture is going out through this, so you got to get it back somehow. Add another egg, but you risk getting too much concentrated fat that's in there. Typically, what I've seen in most recipes with brown butters, you get about another 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, and that usually gets you enough moisture back into your dough or whatever you're kind of baking for that. So, I guess enough about brown butter and our cookie. You want to also know about the beer. And for this, where I tried to get away from stouts as much as I could, everything kept drawing me back in. I guess easy route that we could have did was we could have just gone easy milk stout, milk and cookies, but we're trying to get away from milk and cookies. So, we're not doing easy here. A little bit easy. So with this, we're going to go with, we're heading out to Colorado. We're going to Breckenridge Brewing, and we're going to get their Nitro Irish Stout. They advertise this as an old world stout, clocking it at 4.8 ABV, and it's going to be they partnered with Boundary Brewing Cooperative in Belfast, Northern Ireland, to produce out a dry stout with roasted Irish barley, and then we're going to get, a silky roasted flavor. The silkiness is going to come from the nitro charge. It's going to hopefully give us the pillowy head, that smooths with every sip. And what we're hoping out of this is that this should, from everything, where I tried to get away from it, but everything kept coming back, is the sweetness of the chocolate chips should be complemented from the silky roasted flavor. So hence I kind of went with the Irish stout, without overpowering it. And what I'm also hoping is with the brown butter in our cookie, the brown butter will get another nuttiness. So that should accentuate with the, again, the roasted, toasted barley that's in the cookie. So we should get another complex overlay with that. So we'll kind of give a little view. There's our cookie, break it, nice good flavor side profile. Cookie camera's a little fuzzy, so it doesn't work out too well with that. So we'll go ahead, get this cracked open, and we'll go ahead and get this. Whoa, that's the nitro that we just heard. I was making sure I didn't get a mess all over my desk. That would not have been great for tonight. Would have been a little sticky, but that was the nitro we heard cracking open. So we know we've got a nice fresh beer. And let's see what we get. Nice dark color coming in through here. And pours just like a Guinness. Don't get quite a full amount, so you can see nice dark color. Not as much head as I wanted on there. I was hoping for a little bit more, but still got the nice creaminess that we'd see off on a Guinness. So, give it a nice sniff test. And definitely, definitely is right there in the whole Guinness standard Guinness stout profile. But again, as I get it, there definitely is a little bit more nuttiness, a little bit more roasted. At least to uh, my profile, my palate, whatever you want to call it. Than I would get out of a regular Guinness. Regular Guinness to me is a little more smooth. It's got a little bit more bite, a little more bit. I don't know, Bernie. Bernie's not the right word, but I guess toasted flavor for it. So we'll go ahead, mix it up with our cookie, and we'll see how we pair up with everything. So beer, and then definitely do get on the backside. It definitely is a very good kind of nutty profile. Nice toasted, the creaminess of the cookie coming through with the chocolate. Definitely, there's not an overpowering. Do get the chocolate coming through on the backside, more so on the backside of the taste than on the front side of the sip or chew or whatever we want to call it. Definitely kind of more of an afterbite that comes in off of that. So it definitely accentuates. It's very smooth. Doesn't overpower the chocolate of the cookie. Complements very well. I guess we'll dunk out. As we've done before, we'll dunk with our cookie. We'll give it a little taste that way. Ooh, that's a nice, good kind of hold on there, which is nice. Give the nice little foam off of that. Do like how the foam hangs onto the cookie off from this beer. Very subtle, very sweet. Just a very classic profile that comes in off of that. They balance out for each other. No weird stuff with fruits, sours, trying to cut anything. It just accentuates out the chocolate that comes in off of the backside of that cookie. So definitely, yet again, I'm sure one of these times I'll get a bad pairing, and it will. We almost had that with our lemon that we had. Thankfully, the chocolate cut the sourness to that, but this is definitely very good. Good pairing. Recommend leaving out for Santa. Give them a nice Irish stout, some Guinness. I'm sure this would go great with a regular old Guinness stout. Even a milk stout. Again, I didn't try to do that, but it's very easy to pair that. The milk off of that, the toasting that comes in off of that, would mash up very well in connection with everything. Pardon me, my chair seems to be slipping, so hopefully maybe Santa will bring me a new chair for Christmas. It's been happening this week, so I've been sliding down, so apologies on that one. Can't really control it. The gas cylinder's busted out on the chairs. Too much working from home. But in any event, so I thank you all again for tuning in for this week. Stay tuned for more. Maybe we'll continue this once we get into the new year. Really enjoy kind of pairing up the cookies. Maybe we'll branch out into other desserts, mix some stuff up, kind of get some stuff mixed in there and what have you for everything. So again, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully everybody has a merry and happy Christmas. Again, leave out the cookies and beer for Santa, and we'll be back to you next week. And I'm sure I'll be bringing that back a day early next week as well, next Thursday, guessing, because next week is New Year's Eve and everybody will be busy with that as well. So thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Thanks, guys.